Hello and welcome to another episode of the Southeastern Sports Podcast. We've been gone for a while, and it's good to be back. Today we're going to be talking about MLB or Major League Baseball, actually. So, what are your thoughts on MLB baseball, guys?
Well, hold on. I would first point out that MLB baseball is indeed redundant.
Yeah, I realized it after I said it. So I apologize.
It's either ML.
I'll just go ahead.
MLB,
Baseball
Major League Baseball,
or MLB.
Yeah.
ML baseball.
whichever one you.
ML baseball.
All right. Well, Cliff.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
On ML baseball?
ML baseball. What are your thoughts?
I love ML baseball.
Why?
It's baseball, baby. I would honestly. I guess we were gonna get to this anyway.
Let's go around the room. Will there be Major League Baseball played this season?
For sure. And let me
All
say,
right.
I'll go ahead and say there will be 69 games. I'll just
Grady?
throw that out there.
No, I don't think there's going to be any baseball.
I'm
this year.
afraid there won't be either.
I
and
say
it's
no baseball
partially
because of
I-
Rob
I
Manfred.
would say yes.
Walker?
I'll say yes. 60 games.
Walker?
Very optimistic.
Walker doesn't
I have no kind of prior knowledge on the
Just say
topic.
no and you'll be
but
right.
Since it's a players' union dispute with management, I would say probably not.
So is this a strike or? how would
I
you-
think it's
I
technically it's a lockout.
Well, actually no, because the players
owners.
want to play,
technically,
so never
It's
mind.
not a strike.
When
Yeah.
it's
But
when
they
it's the players, it's a strike. When it's the owners, it's a lockout.
Yes.
They could strike.
What does that
next
tell
year,
you about
though.
the system? When it's the owners, it's a lockout. But when it's the players, it's a strike.
Why
So
can't,
let
the,
that
owners, why can't the owners go
That
on
really
strike?
makes you think.
Yep.
I think owners should be able to go on strike.
It really does. All right. Well, Cliff, what are your thoughts on Rob Manfred?
Well, you know.
Can we all agree that if we had a more aggressive commissioner, we would
Thank
probably
you, Cliff.
already be playing baseball?
Yes, I agree.
Sure.
See, I think the players' union does deserve some blame, but Rob Manfred really has not done a good job with this entire situation.
I
think-
think
I think
Rob
if we
Manfred
had
a
is the
commissioner-
only one that deserves blame.
I think if we had a
Yeah,
commissioner
I agree.
that went to the players,
Tony Clark doesn't
and
deserve any blame
started
whatsoever.
to physically abuse them until they accepted his deal, I think yes, that's the kind of commissioner we need.
Oh, so like that KSI Jake Paul boxing
Oh,
thing?
I know it.
What would be cool? What would be cool is if we had something like that with Trevor Bauer and Rob Manfred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might
I wonder
bring
who-
more
You think,
viewership
oh.
than Major League Baseball itself.
Why not?
And it's instead of a boxing match, it's like a live at bat. Bauer
Oh
pitching.
yeah.
Why
Yeah,
not
that'd be
actually
cool.
just make it Amir Garrett versus the Pirates?
So we've already
Because
decided that
because that-
Rob Manfred, right? Go ahead, Bryson.
No, I was just responding to Grady. Go ahead.
Rob Manfred, he's a lawyer,
Stinky.
so he doesn't really get it. So
Poo-poo
here's
head.
my question to you, John, and everyone else in the room or on the phone. Who
John
should we
and everyone?
replace? Who should we replace Rob Manfred with as commissioner?
Roger Goodell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think actually
that would
Roger
be-
Goodell should just be the commissioner
Of all professional
sports.
major
sports.
league sports. Yeah, professional sports in America.
Okay, John.
I'm still thinking.
All
You'll
right,
have to come
Bryson?
back.
I'm also still thinking.
All right, Grady.
Wait, no, I have.
All right, Bryson.
Brayson has it.
Wait, no, I don't.
Oh, he does.
What?
Oh my
Grady.
I would say probably a former MLB player that wasn't involved with any steroids or any big confrontation.
Can you give me an example?
So probably Derek Jeter, I could see being
Okay.
a commissioner. I could see him being a good commissioner.
Sure.
I think.
see that.
Okay, I have my answer now, and I think we should get the direct descendant of Babe Ruth to be MLB commissioner.
Babe Ruth or Baby Ruth?
Babe Ruth, not the candy bar.
I was just making sure.
The one who
If the
played baseball.
candy bar becomes a commissioner.
We
Well-
do not need the candy bars commish. I think
It
we
may
can
do
all
a
agree
better
on that
job
one.
than Rob Manfred, though.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that's a good point.
I was going to give a serious answer, actually. My recommendation would be Dave Dombrowski, who used to be the president of baseball operations for the Red Sox, who is now out of a job. I think he would be great because he understands both from the owner's standpoint, general manager standpoint, and from the player's standpoint.
But
knows
is
how to
he
cheat.
not a cheater?
No.
Well, he's
Really?
a cheater. He's a cheater, all right.
Okay.
What made you think it was a
Because he's on the Red Sox, or he was on the Red Sox.
He was on the Red Sox.
So why was he fired?
Just because they didn't make the playoffs a couple of years ago.
Because they
Sounds
cheated.
fishy to me.
Yeah.
So you think Dave Dombrowski's a cheater? All right.
Because he didn't wear red socks.
And Cliff, I already know what your answer is, but let's hear it.
You know what? I was gonna say Jeb Bush, and then I was gonna say Donald Trump,
Either
And
one of
then-
which would do just
and
fine.
then I was gonna say myself.
What about Lion Ted?
But then I had an idea.
Low energy Joe.
Maybe
Little
this is
Marco?
maybe this will be a little bit of a hot take. Barry Bonds.
That would be a disaster.
Barry Bonds. Let me repeat it one
I
more
think you
time.
mean Harry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
And why?
Wait, who again?
He was good.
Yeah. What about
What-
Mark McGuire?
Sammy
no,
Sosa?
no, he's too.
No.
Alex
he's-
Rodriguez?
no.
Ryan
Barry
No,
Bonds?
Bonds.
dude.
Barry Bonds has a
Don't
certain
ever.
je ne sais quoi.
Pete,
Yeah.
Pete Rose. We'll just let Pete Rose be the commissioner.
Yeah.
The Southeastern Sports Podcast would like to take this time out to advocate Pete Rose for the Major League
Yeah.
Baseball Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or
10
how,
seconds.
How about
Wait,
this?
wait,
How about
wait.
this? Can I say with this?
Yes.
Triumvirate commissioner. Pete Rose, Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, and there's your triumvirate.
What happens to Rob Manfred?
Who's the
He
who's
died.
the
But
cheat?
one of them
He is
didn't
executed.
cheat, actually.
Can we please take a
Huh?
10
Pete Rose
second
didn't
moment of
actually cheat.
silence for Pete Rose? Thank you. All right. So, are we going to talk about our predictions for the SEC last year?
Sure, we can do that.
No, I don't want to say who I think the new MLB commissioner should be.
I thought you already
You
had
already
you
have.
had your chance, Brayson. You had it and you lost it, and then you had it again.
All right, well, let's hear it.
and you
Bryson,
lost
go
it
ahead.
again.
Okay.
All right, let's hear it, Bryson.
Hear me out here.
Okay.
Joseph
Not
Simmons.
listening.
Okay.
Who?
He was one.
Did you say Joe
third-
Manchin?
No, that is not.
Who did you say? I
close
didn't
to
even
it.
hear.
Joe
you.
Manchin is a senator. Okay, go ahead.
I said Joseph Simmons. He was part of the rap group Run DMC. in the
Oh
1990s.
yeah, I like where this is headed.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's do something
He
not.
he has the swag,
He's got the swag.
That's true.
and
That's true.
and he runs a record label, so
Yeah.
he knows how to like.
Run a business.
He
knows
knows
how-
how,
he knows how to be about that
run
life.
a record label, so he
That
knows
is
how
right.
to run a record label.
Yeah, I think you're honest.
That's really not a. I kind of like that one.
John, let's do
That would
talk
give the
about.
MLB a lot of street cred.
John, let's do talk about
I
some
think it might be with the older
predictions.
folks. So
But let's not talk about the SEC. Let's talk about the predictions we had for the college football playoff and first two out.
let's.
Because it's interesting, all right? So we all know who the top four
Yeah,
were
John.
last season, right? LSU in the 1 slot. Clemson in the 2 slot.
Ohio State.
You're on the
Ohio
wrong
S-
one, Riley. You're on the wrong one.
What?
You're looking at the college playoff.
Yes.
That's what
We're
he said.
talking about.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
I thought we were talking about.
You're on the
the
wrong one,
SEC.
John.
No, we're talking about the college football.
Oh,
playoff.
okay.
Ooh, John made a mistake.
Yep. Yep.
John.
Let me have it.
Boo, John. Boo, John. No
And
mistakes
just
allowed.
so the
Carry on,
listeners
Riley.
know, we
Such a terrible
we
John
keep a running
ambassador.
tally of the mistakes that John has made.
Ohio
We're-
State. We're up to 3
We're
in his
reaching
lifetime now.
2,000.
Yeah.
We're up to 3 in his lifetime, I believe. All right.
Okay. So
Speaking of
college
John
football playoff.
making mistakes, let's talk about John's prediction from last season.
Too far.
In
Oh,
the number one,
Dang.
Sick bud.
number one, Clemson. That was pretty good. Clemson ended up second.
Don't patronize me.
Oklahoma was number 2. Number 3 was Alabama. Number
that
4 was
pretty
Ohio
good.
State. The first two out were Oregon and Notre Dame.
I know I was
got-
very creative in those, but
He got 2 of the 4. No,
Yeah.
3 of the 4 right.
You got 3 of the 4
Right.
right, just in the wrong
50%
place.
is only good in.
75%.
Oh.
I mean, they're not in the right places, but you got 3
Well,
of the 4.
that's everything.
And I mean, who wouldn't have thought Alabama would be in the championship? Now LSU is not even in the
I
top
mean-
6 though.
I mean, apparently all of us.
Yeah, all of us.
Well,
Less.
okay, I have to admit, I was a Joe Burrow and Coach O hater
Yep.
at the beginning or in
And
the
you
preseason.
still are.
I really still don't
But
like.
you at least
LSU or
admitted
any
you
of
at least
them, but-
admitted in previous podcasts that Joe Burrow has more swag than any quarterback in the SEC.
Yeah, I stand
I
by
mean,
that
that's-
100%.
Everyone saw that.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got pretty
Now-
cool swag.
Walker. Walker had
Joe Burrow, also known as Drew Brees.
Walker had Clemson as number 1. Auburn, who is undefeated and wins the championship in the 2 slot.
Slightly off on that one.
Oklahoma in the 3 slot and Alabama in the 4. So you had Auburn and Alabama in the same college football playoff. That was interesting.
Otherwise known
And
as
by interesting, he meant
Wrong.
completely wrong.
Stupid.
But to be fair, I did get what?
Clemson and
Which
Oklahoma. You got 2 of them right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that seems to be par for the course.
That's pretty good.
That's a golf term, by
except
the
it's
way.
not par because John got 3 out of 4.
Okay, here's Grady's prediction.
You're gonna be wrong.
Oklahoma in the 1, Auburn in the 2.
Did I seriously do that?
Yes.
I'm an
Oh, wow.
idiot.
You
I,
I'm
are
surprised.
an idiot.
I am an idiot, dude. I didn't even.
Number 3 was Alabama. So you had Auburn playing Alabama in the first semifinal game
I
somehow.
remember that.
That's-
And
That's
number
worse.
4 was Ohio State. That was pretty good. And then your first 2 out were
Okay.
Notre Dame and Clemson. You had Clemson
Okay,
not
so-
making it from the ACC.
Because I was
That's
just,
pretty
I was
cringe.
super high on Auburn last year. Because I'm a homer, so you know.
He
it's
had
fine.
he had
A
2 of
homer.
I am
those.
too, Grady.
Fair enough.
Is that still not par for the course?
That is subpar, as some would say.
And Brayson
In golf terms.
Garbage Disposal Pierce.
Mhm.
Hey, he did have LSU in there. Clemson
Hey.
1, LSU 2, Oklahoma 3, and the Auburn hype is still here. He had Auburn in at 4. The first
Okay.
2 out were
Okay.
Oregon and Alabama.
I'm feeling
So
pretty
he
good.
got 3 of those right and the national champion.
Only one with
good, yeah.
LSU in there.
Okay,
I'm surprised.
if I'm not
I put him
wrong,
in there.
I'm pretty sure Will had like the most accurate. Who is not a friend of the pod, Will Blackman.
Well, he
Not a
is, but
friend of
he's
the
just
pod?
not here right
He
now.
is a friend of the
He is
pod.
not a
Oh.
pod friend.
All right, yeah. Will
He's
had
not.
LSU in 1, which was right. Clemson in 2, which was right. Oklahoma in 3, and Ohio State in 4. He got
So
all
you
the
just had
teams
3 and
right. He
4
just had
Yeah.
3 and 4
Wow.
mixed.
Yeah, Will was almost
That's
perfect.
good.
I remembered that.
And
This is
he
good.
had Georgia as 5
Hmm.
and Alabama as 6.
That's pretty accurate.
I mean, that was
Wow.
as a
Will
man,
is
Give us
a
better
man
thinking
who
genius. Yeah.
studies college football
I think
religiously.
Will.
I was not
I think
surprised.
Will might be a witch.
Yeah, probably. So.
He's an oracle.
He knows the
Which he
future.
will.
Yep. And then mine, Alabama as 1, because I'm always pessimistic, thinking Alabama's going to win everything. Clemson is 2, Georgia as 3, Oklahoma is 4, Ohio State 5, and LSU 6. So I had LSU close, but not in.
At least your dogs
So
got in.
close.
Close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Georgia, I was
No.
close. Georgia finished 5. I had them in as 3. And I had Clemson and Oklahoma right.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you need
Oh.
a round? Do you need a round of applause?
Will deserves
okay.
a round of applause.
Yeah.
I was the only one that had
Will,
Georgia
if
like,
you're
in the
listening-
top 4.
We applaud you.
But not really.
Yay, Will.
No, boo, Will. Boo, Will.
I do want to talk about Georgia for a second, though, specifically Jake Fromm.
Oh,
Jake from
Twitter-
State from.
His Twitter handle, Jake from State Fromm. It would be so easy for it to be Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, that's what
But no.
he really messed it up, I think.
He's a moron.
He's not a. He's
He
not the
did- he
sharpest
did go
man
to
in the
Georgia.
drawer.
However, he is an elite white people, if you know.
Yeah. Yep.
well, that makes it more
All
obvious.
right,
that he
all right.
went to Georgia.
I do
Old
have a poll to put up there. All right, Walker, I'll let you
Where?
start.
Whoa.
So,
Okay.
Talking about polls.
of these 3
That's too
Georgia
political.
quarterbacks,
Where are we gonna?
all
pull
right,
up
we've
the
got
poll?
Jake Fromm, Aaron Murray, and he's already laughing.
Fran Tarkenton.
And no,
That's Stafford.
No.
that's too obvious. We got to
the
make it
Newman
Jacob
guy.
close.
The new guy. Because everybody thinks
No.
he's going to be the Heisman guy.
Yeah, I don't even
Julian
know why.
Newman, or
Julian Newman.
Hudson Mason.
Jamie.
It's Jamie.
Hudson Mason. That's what I meant. Between those 3,
Jamie
Walker,
Newman.
which one is the best?
Wait. So who are my options again?
Hudson
We got
Who's the
Hudson
third?
Mason, Aaron Murray,
Hudson Mason, Aaron Murray.
and Jake Fromm. Also, Aaron Murray, who
Okay.
Grayson calls insurance salesman Aaron Murray.
Pure talent-wise, what am I? Am I ranking them? Am I choosing who I want to be the quarterback?
Oh,
of my
No,
team?
just rank
that-
them. Rank
that-
their
Choose
no, no,
who you
no,
careers.
want
that's
to marry.
The fun of the poll is you rank them on whatever criteria.
Yeah, based on no
One.
specific criteria.
Okay.
Well, you
as
could
far as,
rate them on good looks if you wanted to. I mean,
Well,
just whatever.
we all knew who'd win that one.
Just
Hudson Mason.
Okay.
Hudson Mason.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
All right.
Let's see.
I
Okay, I'll come
barely
up with
remember
something.
Hudson Mason playing quarterback at Georgia.
All right.
If
Walker.
I wanted to win games, right,
Yeah.
I would start Aaron Murray.
Why wouldn't you want to win
Same here.
games?
Aaron Murray is the best Georgia quarterback
Can I
since,
just ask
No,
why
since,
you would-
he's the
since
best
Matt
college
Stafford.
football quarterback of all.
No.
Since the best
Riley,
one since
okay,
Matt
if I'm not
Stafford,
mistaken,
they were
Riley
like,
once said that Aaron Murray is a top 5 quarterback, SEC quarterback
Yep.
all time.
I
Oh,
stand
dude.
All
by.
time.
Stand
Come
by.
on.
all time.
I stand by.
Walker, I just
Is
want to
he
ask.
even-
How do you
Top
stand
10,
by
top
that?
10. I said top
It doesn't
10.
matter. How do you stand by that?
Because
probably not
he's
even
the
top five
all-time,
in
he's the
Georgia.
all-time passing yards leader in the
Riley,
SEC.
that
Yeah,
is Riley's hill
Because
to
he
die
stayed
on.
in school for like 6 years because he sucked.
Now his pro career did not work out. I will say that.
Walker,
Well,
I
he
just want to
did
ask.
have a nice stint with the Vipers, right?
He was a backup and they went 0-6.
With the Atlanta Legends, wasn't he on the Atlanta
Yes.
Legends?
Sorry.
And
the
that guy
Atlanta
from
So-
Tennessee started over him.
Riley,
Dobbs.
you're talking top 5,
Top 10.
Oh, Worley.
top 10. Okay.
It doesn't
That-
matter.
That there may be a case for that. I don't know about that, but
I think
Top
he's
5.
underrated.
There's
I'll
no
say
way.
that.
Walker, why would you want to lose games? Is my question.
Okay. Let's keep.
All right, let's do a different one. Let's do Auburn. All right. Who is the
Wait,
best
wait.
quarterback between?
I wanted to rank Hudson Mason.
Go ahead.
Well, I would put Hudson Mason number 1.
He wanted to rank Hudson Mason.
And then who after that? From
doesn't
or
matter.
from
It
or
doesn't.
Murray?
It doesn't matter.
He's in a league of his
Hudson-
own.
Yeah, he's so
There's
far
such a
ahead.
separation between
Yeah.
them.
He's
If
so
I've got
much better.
if you're
than
listening to
everyone
this,
else. All right.
We love you.
Let's do the same thing, but let's do Auburn quarterbacks. All right. Let's make it between Nick Marshall, Bo Nix, and
Wow.
who's a good
Wow.
comparison? Because Cam's
This-
not a good comparison, right? Who's
Yeah,
the
because
third
he's gonna
person?
win.
Pat Sullivan.
No, that's not a good comparison either.
Oh, Jason Campbell.
Jason
Jason
Campbell.
Campbell.
Great.
yeah, that's
great,
good. That's good.
Great. All right.
Damian
okay.
Craig, maybe?
No.
Ooh.
We already have our 3 Brady.
Shut me down.
Get over.
I mean, okay, well, that's a whole another debate. Do you like, is it Damian Craig, Stan White, or
Jeff-
Oh,
Jeff
dude,
Berger?
Damian Craig.
Yeah.
Dude,
Damian
no,
Craig is
Stan
number
White. was
Yes.
good.
No.
Stan
What?
White was good.
Damian
No.
Craig.
Damian Craig was good too, but
Okay,
Stan
well,
White
to
was
answer
good.
your Auburn
Damian
question,
Craig was better.
I would put Jason Campbell, then Nick Marshall, and then Bo Nix for right now.
I concur.
I would say.
If Bo goes on
And I like Bo Nix a lot,
to
but
have
he's
a
not as
great
good as those
career,
two.
then that'll change. But
Yeah.
I would say if Nick Marshall played 4 years, definitely Nick Marshall, but he didn't.
yeah,
But I'm
Nick
still gonna-
Marshall was.
But I'm still gonna put him 1.
talk about underrated.
And then
Yeah.
Campbell, and then Bo Nix in a 50-foot. I can't speak.
50
A,
butt boat.
a 50-foot
Love
pile
it.
of garbage, and then Bo Nix.
Why do
Okay.
you hate Bo Nix so much?
I don't hate Bo Nix. I just don't think he's a good quarterback.
He
I think it's unfair to compare Bo Nix to 2 guys.
that have already
Yeah,
graduated.
I gotta
yeah.
tell
Yeah.
you one thing. I gotta
Bo
tell you
Nix
one thing
played
about Bo
one season.
Nix. I was in a class with Bo Nix. Very rude to the teacher. Very rude to the teacher.
What did he do?
He just wouldn't stop talking.
Hmm.
He had his buddies in there. Some chicks were hanging off him. Disgusting.
That does sound kind
Look,
of
Sounds-
you,
that sounds like
I
the
dare
life.
say you sound jealous.
No, no, no,
That
no.
sounds jealous.
Not jealous.
jealous.
I just merely wish he had shown
Jealous.
some respect.
Jealous. Jealous. Jealous.
Not jealous.
Jealous.
Okay.
Cliff is
Uh,
jealous. Cliff is
mm.
jealous.
No.
Yes, you are.
Grady.
What else are we gonna talk about?
I'm not jealous.
I'll say Jason Campbell 1, Nick Marshall 2, Bo Nix 3.
Probably-
Could Bo Nix be better than one or both
No.
by the end of his
Yes.
career?
Nope.
Yes, he
Grady,
could.
Grady.
I don't see
People
how
are
you
allowed
could
to be
say
bet-
that
get
there's
better.
no chance that he could be better.
I
People
don't
are
think he's
allowed to
going
get
to.
better.
He
I
could
understand
be.
that.
He
Will
has,
he
he's
be
only
better?
played 1 year.
I don't know.
I don't think he's
Maybe.
gonna
And he
be
had a
better than
good
either
year
of
this
them.
year.
Even if
Okay.
he was the
3
worst
beats Bama.
quarterback in the
Okay.
entire college football
I didn't
system,
say
He
you
still
thought
could
he was
be
going to be
better
better. I
than
said
them.
I thought he was going to be better.
So that's fine. You can think what you want to think.
Well, then you wouldn't have interrupted me while I was saying it.
And you wouldn't have interrupted me while I was saying what I was
the
saying.
Southeastern Sports
I
Podcast
would,
is all
because you
about
interrupted
civil
me.
discourse.
Yes. Respect.
I feel like you're just yelling at me because I don't agree with you.
I'm yelling at you because you interrupted.
Okay.
Very immature.
Grady, if Brayson was here right now, he'd be whooping you all over the place. Whooping you.
Okay.
Grayson does have a violent past.
What? No, I
Grayson,
don't.
we know. It's okay.
Listen
I mean,
to the anger.
when
in his
Brayson
voice.
when Brayson's down by 30 playing NBA 2K, he usually likes to shove people because he gets super triggered.
I remember one time.
One time.
I remember one time. Well, we were playing NCAA.
on my PS3,
Brayson
mind
tore
you.
his clothes. He was so enraged by losing.
Clarification, I took
He sprinkled
my shirt
ashes
off.
on his head.
Brayson, stop interrupting him.
Also, one time we played NCAA with my console, and
Okay,
he
you did the
threw.
same thing.
Listen, he intercepted a pass, and then his receiver or his corner that intercepted the pass dropped the ball, and so the only thing to do at that point is to spike another man's controller into the ground as hard as you possibly can, and he destroyed it. And I mean, it was in pieces. My controller.
It was not in pieces. That is.
Oh,
that is
definitely.
It was in like three
I can
pieces.
imagine you just chucking that thing, dude.
okay. Did it crack? Yes. It was not in pieces.
It was cracked. It's in pieces.
Not to mention, you threw a pick later. I don't know. A few days later, and you started beating the piss out of the otter with the controller.
But
I
not
don't
with
want
my
over here.
controller.
Oh,
Yes,
Grayson.
with your controller.
People
With
forget
your controller.
that one time you unplugged the TV and Riley threw a remote at you.
Yeah, I was physically assaulted by Riley, so I don't want to hear any of this.
Maybe we're
crazy
getting too far into
history of
the
violence.
pasts of our
I
friendship.
don't remember,
Brayson
but-
has a
I don't
violent
remember throwing a
past.
remote at Brayson, honestly.
Oh,
I
you
believe-
definitely did it. I was
you
there.
I don't remember it.
I was
You
there.
definitely
I
did.
don't remember
You
it.
did.
I remember when Brayson
Yeah.
tried to fight Foster because they weren't calling fouls in rec
Okay.
basketball.
I'm cutting that.
No, the problem is
Dictator
nobody knows
John.
who that is. Anyways, okay. What are we going to
I
now?
thought we were going to talk about wiener places. Wiener.
I
Start
thought,
us off, start us
are we
off.
talking about
Wiener.
grocery stores? Or
Oh,
is it?
we could talk about grocery stores
Yeah.
and wiener
Okay.
places.
So I know a grocery store is often a symbol of. It's a status symbol. You know.
I thought it was a
which
symbol
grocery
of freedom
maybe, but either
and
way,
democracy.
which
I think it's.
I guess what
oppression,
is the
but-
preferred grocer of each member of the podcast?
I don't really go to grocery stores, honestly. Like, there's barely ever food.
But
in
if you
my
had to
apartment.
pick one, just play the game.
What do
Riley.
you eat?
I eat what
He grows it.
work. I eat at work. I'll say that. I'll eat at work. Work gives me food, so I eat.
He
there.
is for homegrown fruits and vegetables.
Let's see here.
Riley has a guard.
I'm a, just because of proximity, I'm a Publix guy.
It's pretty elitist of you.
Elite, so elite. That is so bourgeois of you.
What?
Should I call you
Publix.
Jake Fromm? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
What about you, Grady?
Yeah, answer before you have to leave, Grady.
I haven't been to Publix or a lot of different grocery stores, so
I used to be a Bruno's guy before they went out of business. I will say that.
Wow.
I will say
Yeah.
the only place I've ever
I thought
been, and if this makes me a pleb, that's fine. Walmart. So I'll leave on that note.
Wow. Okay. Sean Hannity.
Walmart's a good place to
Wow.
shop.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
No.
We
Walmart's
are
not a
not
good
all
place to shop.
smelly. Okay.
All right.
Just a few of us.
Boy.
John.
I'm gonna say Kroger, just for selfish reasons, because I'm trying to get hired by them. So, if
What
you're
do you
listening,
want to be?
If you're listening,
A
A
Kroger,
bagger?
no.
John,
I
what
could
are some
see
of your
you as that-
favorite things about Kroger?
I like the produce. It's very
Ah,
fresh
the produce is
and
fresh.
delicious.
John, as a Kroger goer myself, I'm wondering, how do you like their new, like the way they change things around in the store? after the renovation.
I like it. It adds a nice flow to the shopping experience.
You could say there's a certain feng shui happening there. Oh my god.
What about you, Riley? Oh, you already answered. Cliff?
Answered twice.
I was gonna say Kroger, but
Say
Yeah,
Kroger.
You can still
no,
say Kroger.
no. You know what, John? I hate Kroger now. Hate Kroger now. Never go in there again. I don't like feng shui. I'm gonna go with Sam's Club.
Hey,
You like to buy in
that's
bulk?
where the
I like to buy in
that's
bulk.
where the deals are, but you have to buy like 80 of any given item.
I go to Sam's
So
Club.
do you have a
one-
pantry
no.
or do you have a shed
I go
that you
to
keep
Sam's
outside?
Club once a year. Sam's Club once a year.
And then he's stuck for the year.
That's all. That's all I
He's
need.
like, oh yes, I need
I
paper
buy
towels.
I buy a lot of non-perishables, and I live off one escapade to the Sam's Club a year.
Cliff is like, oh yes, I need paper towels this year. Let's see, this one right here. This is the smallest packet. Has 480 rolls. That'll do.
That will
Put that
do.
in the cart.
Yep.
He has to get it delivered in a semi.
And then I buy the semi and just keep it on my property.
So that way he doesn't have to unload it. He just goes in there when he needs stuff.
Oh my gosh.
What about you, Brayson?
Well, I gotta say, I go to Publix sometimes, and I go to Kroger sometimes. When I'm feeling especially loose, I'll go to Whole Foods. You could say I'm a bit of a store whore.
Uh-huh.
Where
I
you
would
to-
say that.
Yes.
You're disgusting.
What about Whole Foods do you like, Grayson? They're Whole Foods.
Well, they don't just
The
have like
food is in
like
fact
whole.
in whole.
What if it was only a
they
part?
don't just have like part of the food.
I'm gonna open up
They have-
a grocery store called just like portions of
Part
food.
foods.
Part foods.
You can only buy things
Por-
in halves and
portion-
quarters.
Portions
I don't-
foods.
I don't have to wonder if they're gonna have something because it's in the name Whole Foods.
Yeah.
They have the Whole Foods.
The Whole Foods.
See, Brayson, if you liked organic stuff, though, why didn't you just go to Riley when he grows his food?
He gardens.
Hey, don't tell Riley this, but I've been sneaking some stuff out of his garden.
Ooh.
So.
By the way, I live in an apartment. I have no garden.
No, you have the rooftop.
You're a hydroponics guy.
Don't be modest,
Don't
Riley.
don't
Don't
doubt
be modest.
hydroponics.
Yeah.
That is the next wave of agriculture. You think I'm joking, but I'm serious.
Riley
Okay.
actually grows opium, which is then processed and turned into heroin.
No
Riley's
comment from
actually
Riley.
Riley's thinking about switching to ag as his major. Surprisingly.
I support ag very, very much.
We might have to
but
cut
I
this part
could
as
not.
well.
I could not.
And
Oh,
the
man,
movies, I
myself.
believe
So
it was-
Walker, you're a Kroger guy.
I'm a Kroger and Publix guy,
Okay.
and
We have a lot of
sometimes Winn-Dixie,
elitists on
but
this
Winn-Dixie
podcast.
sucks.
Kidding.
Kroger is not an elite.
No, not
So that's the
Kroger.
everyman
Publix.
store.
Publix.
I
The
can
only
promise
reason I
you.
say Publix is because they're so friendly there.
Oh, they're friendly.
Is it like
Classic,
the
classic,
Chick-fil-A of
classic.
grocery stores? Could
Yeah,
we say
I
that?
think
I
it
would
is.
say that.
it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, that's a good
stand by that.
comparison right there.
When I was younger, I was wearing Birkenstocks. Much before they were cool, like much time before they were cool.
Grayson, you were just
Um,
so good at comparing things.
Riley,
like,
Walker was freaking talking.
And I was kicking up my feet, and my Birkenstock flew up and hit a jar on the top shelf, and it fell down and broke. And the Publix employee just cleaned it up and was very nice about it.
That is so
See, if you had
friendly.
done that at Walmart, they would have taken off their belt and just beat you right there.
Yeah.
I would have gotten beaten by both employees and
They would have gone to the
Patrons
weapons. They would have
alike.
gone to the gun section and like loaded up an assault weapon and killed you on the spot.
This is like y'all have seen those TikToks where it's like the drive-through comparison between like Chick-fil-A, Burger King, and McDonald's. They would have like the McDonald's reaction.
Riley, I never pegged you as a TikTok guy. I gotta say.
I like comedy on TikTok.
Oh, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the dancing, scantily clad women.
Does not.
Oh,
Uh huh. All right.
heyo.
That's why Riley's parents get worried when he's out after 10.
Riley's
Like,
on the
is he
TikTok
out?
again.
Is he out watching TikTok?
I mean, I guess I could do that in my home.
No, they're monitoring it then.
Riley, we might have to debate because you a TikTok lover,
I'm not a TikTok lover.
and I
watch
think
it like
TikTok
20 minutes
is
before going to bed.
systematically degrading the culture of this country. So we
What,
might have
what
to have
isn't?
a debate.
What
sometime.
isn't?
Not anything
John,
but
you
TikTok.
were on TikTok before many of us.
No. I was on it, and then I recognized the evil, and I quickly got out of it.
Okay.
You could call John an OG TikToker.
Oh.
No, not even close.
John is actually one of the scantily clad people dancing on
Dude,
TikTok.
I told you that in good faith.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Well, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. Even though it was not sports related, I had a lot of fun, guys. Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us via phone, Walker and Brayson. And thank you for joining us
Thank
for the
you for
first
having
time,
us.
Cliff
It
and
was a good
John.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoyed it, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please follow us on Instagram. We're going to be posting some stuff soon, hopefully. Also, subscribe to us on Spotify.
Yes.